Hello. Today I'm going to be making zucchini relish. Now, I don't have enough zucchini to make the full recipe, which is shown right here. This is in the the big book. Let me get the front of it for you. It's in this book, and it's on page 232. Yeah. It's zesty, it says, and it calls for prepared horseradish and chili pepper. I'm going to leave those out. I don't have them. I probably got chili pepper, but really I just wanted a plain relish. So this calls for, see my shadow, 12 cups of finely chopped zucchini. Well, I didn't have that much. I just had a little bit from my garden. Because unlike most people, I'm not just overwhelmed with zucchini. So yesterday we got out the food processor and turned on the generator, and we did the onion and the bell pepper and the zucchini. We did all that. We added the salt to it so it would soak down, draw all the liquid out. And now what I'm about to do is put it over into this, drain it and rinse it, and then squeeze it out. And then I'll bring you back when I'm doing it. Okay, here we go. Move my book so I don't get it messed up. It's a brand new book. I'll let it over here for a minute, and then I'll go back to the pages when I need it. I've had it covered all night. I guess you can see that. It's very watery. So I'm going to put it in here. Get all of it out. Let it drain, and then I'm going to rinse it. Now I'm going to rinse it. I'll probably lose a little bit of the really tiny stuff from the food processing. I don't have another way of chopping this up finely, and it does not say to shred it. So while that's draining right now, before I squeeze it out, I've got jars in my little canner. It's really not a very big canner. So let me take you over there. I've got my jars in my canner. It's my mother's old pressure canner. And it will hold 4-quart jars. It's just an 8-quart canner. But I've already got my jars in here. Putting water in here, and it's pretty full already, but I'll put some more in if it needs it. Okay, because I'm cutting this down by 2/3, called for 12 cups of the zucchini, and then 4 cups of onion, and 2 red bell peppers, and 1 green bell pepper. I didn't have a green one, so I just used all red. It's still really pretty. Oh, well, I used red and orange. I should take that back. Everything else needs to be cut down so that I'm only using 1/3 of the ingredients. And I figured it out this morning, since it needs 2½ cups of granulated sugar and 2½ cups of white vinegar. I figured that's about 2/3 cup each. And then it calls for nutmeg and turmeric, 1 tablespoon each. So that would be 1 teaspoon each. So let me get this squeezed out. Just going to reach in here, press it like that, squeeze it, try to get all the excess water out of it. There's a lot in here too. Let it keep draining. Okay, I'm going to stop there for a second. I'll bring you back when I get ready to start putting stuff in the pan. I really don't want to mess my camera up. Okay, got it all squeezed out into this pan, because everything else is going to go in here. So now I need 2/3 cup of sugar, This will be a sweet relish, not a hot relish or a dill. Get 2/3 cup of sugar in here. Excuse my poor little measuring cup, but the handles broke off of them not long after I got them, so I probably won't buy any more like that. But they do still have the measurement on the side of them, so I can follow that. Now, and 2/3 cup, excuse me, vinegar. There. Then I need a teaspoon of nutmeg and a teaspoon of turmeric. There's my turmeric. Now, my son and I were talking about it the other night, about why do commercially made pickles have yellow food coloring, yellow dye in them. Because honestly, when you put the turmeric in, it's just not needed. That's going to turn them yellow. The only thing we could figure is that they use less turmeric and save money by doing that, and more of the yellow dye, which is probably cheap. The reason we were talking about that is because my sister is highly allergic to yellow dye in foods. So if they're putting this yellow dye in there, and she's not the only one. I've read reports. There's people all over the place that are highly allergic to yellow dye. So, why don't they change to something else? Now, Kraft cheese, sliced cheese, deluxe, they turn their cheese yellow with annatto, which is a seed, and they took out the yellow dye. There is no reason in the world why these other manufacturers couldn't do the same thing and avoid some people having allergic reactions. Okay, let me bring you back in just a second. Okay, this is in the pot. It calls for stainless steel, but this is enamel and it's non-reactive. You need a non-reactive pot. Do not try to make your pickles and relishes in an aluminum pan. It's one thing to can in it because the stuff is in the jars. But you don't want to be cooking anything acidic in a pan that's not non-reactive. So you need stainless steel or at least enamelware. Now this is stirring it. I'm going to bring it to a boil. And the instructions say then to turn it down, let it simmer for about 45 minutes till it's as thick as what you buy in the store. This is almost that thick already, and I did add another 1/3 cup of vinegar and a 1/3 cup of sugar to keep things balanced right. And yet it still seems pretty thick, so we'll see what it looks like after a little bit. Okay, I'm getting ready now. I'm going to put the pan over here on the towel so I can get to the relish easier. My jars are on the back of the stove. I can hear them simmering. I've got a funnel, jar lifter, chopstick to work out the air bubbles, and this will probably have a lot. I've got my rings and lids right here. They do not have to be heated. You do no longer have to heat your lids to make them work. I've changed to just keeping them clean, put them on there, and I just rarely have a seal failure. Sometimes it happens, and it usually happens more with wide mouth for some reason. Anyway, I've got some water here in a cup, and it's a coffee filter. I'm going to use that to wipe the rims of my jars. So let me get the lid off of the pan that's got the jars in it. Get one out. The water is over halfway filled, so hoping that just the relish itself will be enough to displace it up to an inch or two over the tops of the jars. See, it's not very liquidy at all. This goes to a 1/2 inch headspace. Get it on down in there. That's too far down still. Probably only get 3 or 4 jars of relish out of this, because I had such a small amount of zucchini to start with. Let's see. I could take just a little more, not much. That's pretty good right there. Set this over here. Work around the air bubbles again. You want to get them all out that you possibly can. Something that's thick like this, it's really hard to get all the air out. So don't beat yourself up over it or anything. Don't be stressing too much. Wipe the rim of the jar. Put on a lid, clean lid, clean ring. They do not have to be heated. There, tight. See, saw that spinning around? That's as tight as you want it. Put this back in the canner. Get another jar out. I only fill 1 jar at a time. I do not line up a bunch of them and do it what they call assembly line style. Fill 1 jar at a time. That way everything stays hot the whole time. Okay, bring you back when I put them in the canner. My arm is always in the way. I did have to add some more water to it, so I had to cool the water down some. But it's up over the top of the jars about 1 inch. So when I get the processing done, let me reach over here and get this book. Sorry, y'all. It's just a 15-minute process. So when the 15 minutes is up, I'll bring you back. Okay, you're probably wondering why I did such a small batch of relish, besides the fact that that's all the zucchini I had. Is it worth it? Yes. And the reason I think it's worth it is because this is going to be 3 half pints of zucchini relish I didn't have before. So, I'm all for it. Don't be ashamed of small batches. Never be ashamed of small batches. This is set in here for 5 extra minutes. So now I'm going to take them out and set them on the towel. Oh, they're very wet. I do not tilt the jars when I bring them out. Lift them straight up, bring them over, and set them down. That water that's on there will run out from under the threads. And if you tilt them, you run the risk of compromising the seal. I'm going to show you. This was a little piece of a batch that I'm popping already. It looks very good. And here it is. Can you see that? It's got a good color to it. I'm going to taste it. I'll be honest, I haven't tasted this before. So let me get a little taste of it. A little bite. I think it's exactly what I want it to taste like. That's really good. It's going to be good on smoked sausage or hot dogs or hamburgers. That's real good. Just enough tang to get you right at the back of the throat without being too pickly. Alright, there we go. 3 pints, or half pints, of zucchini relish. Tomorrow I will take off the rings, wash the jars, and write on the top zucchini relish and put the date. Thanks for watching. Oh, I want to show you something else I made. I made this yesterday and didn't make a video of it. Should have. These are ready to be put away. This is corncob jelly. No, sounds crazy, doesn't it? I've made this before. It's really good. These are all nicely sealed. Got good headspace. Got good color to it. But this looks a whole lot like mint jelly when I make it, because I don't add food coloring to anything, so I'm going to have to be sure and mark this. But I made 2 batches of corncob jelly that made me 8 half pints. And I'd also made some corn relish the other day. I did not video that. I should have, but it was hot and I was tired. Just wanted to get it done. Sometimes you just want to get stuff done. So there you go. 8 half pints of corncob jelly. Can't remember how many. I think it was 8 or 9 half pints of the corn relish. And then these 3 and part of another one. 3 half pints of zucchini relish for today. Thanks for watching.